All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday. How's everybody doing? Markets are kind of quiet. We had a little up and down action today. We'll talk about that. Little liquidity wick. And now we're just taking a pause. Dogecoin's going to take a pause here, probably for the weekend. We're going to cover that today. Welcome everybody. What a week, huh? What a week. We had a great beginning of the year for Doge and crypto, and then it all just kind of quieted down. It all quieted down. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. On the daily chart, this was the big pullback we had from when Dogecoin was at 15.4 back on the 9th of December, which is just 1 month ago. 1 month ago, we were at 15.4. And then we had this big pullback right into the end of the year at 11.6. Beginning the year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big green candles getting all the way back up to 15.4, thus closing our cup. And then 1, 2, 3, now 4 red candles in a row. If this is the bottom right here today, that would be the bottom of our handle, and we would get ourselves a cup and handle. We'll see how that plays out. Not that it means anything. It's just lines out a chart, as I say, right? Just lines out a chart. Doesn't mean a thing, but it's just one of those things. Bitcoin is kind of doing the same thing. We could actually sketch this because it is pretty close here, right? Big flat bottom cup, and now we're halfway through a handle. I'm going to have to draw that. I'm going to have to draw that all professional-like. I'll do that later. I'll do that later for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's at $90,000, you know, just exactly where it was a month ago. It's like nothing happened. We had the big dip, end of the year, nice run, and pullback. That's about it. That's about it. ETH is at 3,000. So again, everything kind of following the patterns. Bitcoin, 90K, ETH, 3K, Doge, 14 cents. That's what we got. That's what we got. Solana is at 135. ADA is at 40 cents, just below. So yeah, that's where everything was a month ago. So that's good. You like the hat there, Toss? Yeah. Jason can't see the hat because he's only listening. I see you there, Jason. I see you. I see you there. So, hold on just a second. Just got a text. Very important. Very important. All right. Okay. Taking care of that. I'm down with the kids. You got it. Hey, Lopsy, how are you? The Dangleberry coin. I got that. I got that, Ronnie. So what do we begin with? We begin with, not that. This FedWatch tool. Hey, everybody's talking about the next FOMC meeting and there's going to be rate cuts. It is now all the way down to 5%. Only a 5% chance there's going to be a rate cut now. As I said almost 2 months ago, there's going to be no rate cut in January. And that's exactly what appears to be happening. No rate cut in January. They are going to pause, right? It's going to be a pause. So pause is the name of the, is the word of the day. It's pause. We got Doge taking a pause. Bitcoin and ETH are going to take a pause. The Fed's going to take a pause. It's going to be a big pause, kind of pause, you know. We were all hyped. We were all set this morning for a big move in the crypto market, right? Big move in the crypto market, right? Stocks were still going up. We got S&P 500 almost to $7,000. And Bitcoin's lagging. Bitcoin's lagging. And it's like, hey, today was supposed to be like big volatility, right? We're going to have the jobs report. We're going to have the Supreme Court like talking about the tariffs, right? And they were going to say, no, Trump, you can't do tariffs. And then Trump would go, okay, I'll do something else then. A lot of volatility. Guess what? Supreme Court said, nah, we're not going to talk about tariffs. Maybe next week we'll hear from the Supreme Court. Maybe next week. But it ended up being a big nothing burger. And then 3 o'clock, Trump is going to have this big speech, right? He's going to talk about the economy. No, he's not. He's talking about Venezuela. He's not talking about the economy. These people on Twitter are just, just U.S. stocks keep on skyrocketing. Once Bitcoin catches up, it will be huge. Crypto rover or permabull. And I say, and what if Bitcoin doesn't catch up, right? What if Bitcoin doesn't catch up? It's not going to do this, guys. Bitcoin's not going to do this. Sorry. I just try and keep it real here. You know that. I just try and it's just not going to do that. We're going into 2026, bear market year. I showed it again on my video this morning. If you didn't see it, what are you doing? You got to be watching my videos every morning. Just 10 minutes of your time. That's all it takes. It was about 12 this morning. That's all it takes. You get caught up on the news and my opinion of what is happening in the market. And then you come here and hang out and we have a nice longer discussion. We talk about food and music and all kinds of other things. But before we get there, let me go through the rest of my stuff here. Yeah, stock market is where traders are now. They are not in crypto. They're in gold, silver, and the stocks. They are not in crypto. And all this talk about alt season, where's all that money going to come from for a blow off top alt season, right? And Kaleo's like, look, patience pays, fellas. Soon enough, this range too shall pass. Higher days are ahead. And I'm like, really? Really? Where's all that money going to come from? It's not coming from stocks. People are holding on to their gold and silver. They're not selling. There's no rotation going on. It's a big pause. It's a big pause. In fact, the Bitcoin price right around 90,000 is exactly where it was back here 2 months ago. 2 months ago. Mid-November. So we've just been bopping around for 2 months sideways. This isn't happening. Now, I was thinking maybe we'd get up to 100K with a little relief rally. We started off the new year with a nice little run, got up to like 93, maybe 94, and that's it. That's all we had. This setup looks similar to 2020, 2021. If it repeats, Bitcoin could reach 150K. Guess what? We're talking about 2021. You remember 2021? I do. I was getting stimmy checks in 2021. And what was I doing with those stimmy checks? I was buying crypto. Stocks, of course, but crypto. You guys probably were too. And there's no stimmy checks. There are no stimmy checks this time. And not only that, 2025 was supposed to be the bull run. 2026 is the bear market, not a bull market. If you believe in the 4-year cycles, which I do, and that's what we got. I mean, you really expect this huge run on crypto? I don't know. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I'd probably get more viewers if I was just like a permabull and talking Dogecoin to the moon every frickin' video and live stream like somebody used to do. But no. Crypto Rover finally does a decent post, though, on this one. Bitcoin continues to consolidate within a tight range between 89.8 and 91.2. We saw a fake out above 91.2, where liquidity above was taken before price rejected. That was right there. Price rejected. So here we are. It's likely we now sweep the liquidity around 89.3. So that's down here. We'll probably dip a little bit lower. Take out liquidity. And we still have an 88.2. We have an 88.2 CME gap still to close. That's it. That's it. So we're pausing. We're pausing. But you buy any alts right now, sell in May, thank me later. Alts, 2026 alt season. What? 2017? Yes. 2021? Yes. Alt season was supposed to be 2025. This isn't happening. It's not happening. Where's the money going to come from to do this? Where's all that money going to come from? There's no stimmy checks. Nobody's going to be rotating out of gold and silver into alts. It's just not there. I'm sorry, guys. And if this was about to happen, we would have more than 56 people joining in on the live stream. This is bear market stuff, guys. The sentiment is down. We're back in fear. It's bear market. And these guys, these perma bulls out here just posting this stuff. I have to say something about it just to let you know what I see going on in the market ain't that. It's not that. If we were ready to have this blow off top alt season in 2026, there'd be a little bit more activity going on. And it's not. I'm sorry. It's not. And now we just went down to 47 viewers. People don't want to hear the truth. So they leave. They leave I just had 9 people leave the live stream. They don't want to hear the truth. I'm sorry. Do you want to make money? Do you want to save your money? Or you're going to go follow the moon boys and get wrecked? Because that's what this is. I'm sorry. Look at this. Look at this. Trump token, dump. Melania token, dump. Goat, dump. Mother, dump. Popcat, dump. Yeah. PaxCat's really upset about that one. The meme token, dump. And you hear about all these people on Twitter, especially with Coinfessions, that lost money over the past 4 years, that lost a ton of money over the past 4 years. And how did they do that? They were chasing crap like this. They were chasing this crap. Buying when there was all the frenzy, buying goat way up high, buying mother, buying popcat, and then the whole thing dumped and you lost 90% of your money. I'm not buying anything like this. I'll buy Dogecoin. I'll look for the dips on Dogecoin. I already told you what my strategy is. It's not buying Dogecoin at 14 cents, unfortunately. Nope. But all of these tokens, and now we got Doge OS and all those people there talking about this launch pad for more meme tokens. And I'm like, no, we don't need that. Just buy Doge. Don't go chasing stupid crap tokens on a non-coin on Doge OS when it launched. Don't do that. Just buy Doge. Just buy Dogecoin. The only people who make money on these things are the devs, the insiders. Everybody else loses. Yes, I think Doge is going to go down, not buy on 14 cents. That's not financial advice, but I am looking at what is going on in the market, and it ain't the opposite of this. It's more of this. And you think something that already went down 90% can't go down another 90%? It sure can. It sure can. It's not a good market right now. Stocks all-time high, gold all-time high, silver all-time high, copper all right, you got all that going on. It's not in crypto. That's just the way it is. Not in crypto. Unfortunately, sorry. Trader Allen's got, look, a head and shoulder. What? A head and shoulder pattern. Left shoulder, head, kind of. Yeah, we had one wick up. I guess that's a pretty thin head, right? And then a right shoulder. We're at critical support with this head and shoulder pattern here. What does this mean? What's the next move after a head and shoulder? It's typically down, isn't it? You do the reverse head and shoulder, right? That's the one that goes up. This is the head and shoulder, which typically means it's going to go down. Now, when I've always looked at these, it's like 50-50, right? 50% chance it goes up, 50% chance it goes down. Doesn't mean anything. But we will watch and see how this plays out. And Trader Allen will, of course, keep us updated as well. And Ali's like, look, the whale activity, it's gone. Gone. Whale activity on Dogecoin has dried up. Large transactions fell from 110 to 15 in the past. There's no volume. The whales are gone. You like the hat, Joanna? I'm wearing the hat. I'm wearing the hat. So what's going on? Dogecoin whales remain quiet. What's going on? Is Doge at risk? Dogecoin began the week with a quick burst of upside that carried the price from below 12 cents into the mid 15 range, about 15.4 in fact, 15.4, which is KrissPax's resistance level. Trading activity picked up during the move. There was a genuine buying interest. During this period, Dogecoin's trading volume nearly tripled up through January 4th. This intense trading activity briefly placed Dogecoin above 15 cents on January 5th, a price level that has served as resistance level that stopped Doge's price action through December 2025. Again, that's 15.4. However, an interesting detail from recent on-chain analysis is how little large holders reacted to the price rally. According to data from on-chain analytics platform Sentiment, Dogecoin addresses holding 100 million to 1 billion Doge, those are the whales, they saw their collective holdings increase, peaking before a decline beginning January 5th. And then this group, after January 5th, began trimming their exposure. And since then, balances in this cohort have largely remained flat. So that's what Ali says. No whale activity. And this data backs it up. Now we got the sharks, right? Not the whales, but the sharks. They're the wallets that hold between 10 million and 100 million. Are any of you 10 million Doge holders? Any of you? Any of you a shark? 10 million Doge? Again, same type of thing. We've had all of that work going up to January 5th. And then we had the dip around January 7th. And now it's all kind of going sideways. So as it stands, Dogecoin's price action seems to be taking a pause from the rally. So there's that word again, pause. We're taking a pause. I'm not a shark. I'm not a shark. The most I had was about 3 million Doge. That was the most I had. And now I'm about 410,000, something like that. Do not have 3 million Doge anymore. That's when you take profits. It was a good thing to do. Maybe next cycle, we'll talk about it more and have another cycle of an example to show that taking profits, not selling all your Doge, right? It's not an all or nothing, but taking a little profit here and there is generally a good thing. So I've got the pinger on right now, but I think we got most of our big pings done earlier today. With the liquidity wicks up and down. So not much going on here, but I've got it on in case there's a move during the live stream. And there we are. I do invite everyone to follow me on X at KrissPax if you're over there on X Twitter. Give me a follow. I keep up to date. Like Bitcoin open interest just fell to its lowest level since 2022. And I'm like, well, yeah, it fell because leverage traders keep getting liquidated by the crypto exchanges and market makers. No wonder open interest is at its lowest level since 2022, because the degen leverage traders are getting wiped out by the market makers. So, see you, Bribe. Thanks for stopping in. Of course, I called out the big liquidity wick right when it happened earlier today. Supreme Court is not going to issue a tariff ruling today. We got the big cup and handle. That was the Supreme Court from this morning. And we also had the jobs. You know, the jobs report was kind of blah, too, just a big pause. And we've got FOMC taking a big pause. It's like nothing's going on. So that's what we got on a Friday, right? Just a whole bunch of pausing going on. Whole bunch of pausing. So we'll be watching the cup and handle on Doge and Bitcoin, seeing how that plays out. I did want to check in again on Zcash because Zcash was actually recovering from the big sell-off from their devs quitting. Came all the way down to 300 and then zoomed up to 550 and is now pulling back again. So that was a lot of buying. A lot of buying. Craziness with a Zcash. Big dump, recovery, and now coming back for Zcash. So holding over 400 now. Again, it got all the way down to 380. And then I was saying, oh, well, Zcash is going to fail, so let's all buy Monero. Monero's not doing much better. Because there's nothing going on. So anyway, so Doge holding at 14. That's what we got. Got Doge holding at 14. And there we are. What's going on? I'm a baby shark. 1.1 million. But hey, you know, 1 million Doge is a great place to be. I want to get back to 1 million Doge. I'm just not buying right now. I got to pay my taxes. Are rally pauses common for Dogecoin? Yes, they are. Particularly when you have a big, big few days of trading with large volume, and then it just quiets down. And that's what we got going on now. I got a new market cap. Yes, I do. Thank you, Robinhood. For those that don't know, opened this the other day. A Christmas gift from Robinhood that I got. It's a market cap, which I can show you. Here, see? It says market cap. And it's got the Robinhood logo on the back. Pretty tasteful. Pretty good thing. That is worth wearing. It's worth wearing. It's a market cap. Hope the market makers pay their taxes. You know, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works when they steal your money. Do they have to pay taxes on that? That's a good question. That's a good question. Wasn't last night's game awesome? I went to school at the University of Miami. The U, right? So I was very excited about that. Carson Beck did good that last drive. Going to the championship game. Tonight's game should be good. Oregon and Indiana, both really good teams. That should be good. Remember back in the golden days of YouTube, you could click on 3 little white dots and go to the channel. I don't remember that. I must not have done that. I'm a pickled herring. I'm a plankton. I'm a goldfish. The whales were smart. Yep. Hope you wear the new hat every live stream. I've got it sitting right here, so if I forget, you'll remind me. A lot of you will. You all like the hat, so we'll keep the hat around. I'm up on my XPR, XMT metal blockchain. Good luck. Good luck. Still holding steady, occasional DCA. Yep. Hold in there, people. ACDC. Hang on, everybody. They must move huge amounts of money. It's the degen leverage traders just keep uploading money onto the exchange to do more leverage trading. Right. Are they taxed for theft? Yeah. Referring to the market makers. Yes. I look years younger. Awesome. I'll keep wearing it. It's all right. Hides the gray. Everyone went to stocks. That's right. Well, there was the gold and silver, right? And then it went back into stocks. It did not go into crypto. It's not going into crypto. Not the market we want, but the market we have. Yeah, Z-Man. Eventually, markets will go up and Doge will have its day. It's just not today. You got a crypto ticker display with Wi-Fi. Yeah, I got one of those a few years ago. It lags. It lags in price by like 12 hours. At least the one I had did. It did not have the current price. It was behind. So like Dogecoin would pump up to like, 15 cents and it would still say 14. And I was just like, it's not 14, it's 15. So I don't use it anymore. Oh. Yeah, I go full screen every once in a while. Government will happily tax our gains, but won't subsidize our bets. That's the way it works. It's all one-sided. It's all one-sided. Yeah, Amazon's link up did nothing for the price. I know, it's like all this news, and it's like XRP is going to be back under $2 before too long. It's coming. It's going to be back below $2. Sorry, I hate to say it. Nothing against XRP. It's everything. It's everything. Gonna have to eat some ramen. Slower with the business. Majority of money in Doge. Not selling. Yours is synced pretty good so far. Maybe a different model. Maybe. It's like I'm in the living room when I go full screen. Well, hey, what's for dinner tonight? Pasta salad, perhaps? It's a pasta salad. I'll take that. If only you could like pass it to me, like right through the screen, right? Good times. A party at Kriss's, exactly. Had the fire on. My back is now getting a little toasty. Had the fire on the fireplace earlier. It's like my back is getting a little toasty. Yeah, I don't know what Charlie and Rhyme are doing now. They're missing out. They're missing out. Is that the call? Is that the call? Too good. Too good. So the big movers today were Matic. Well, Polygon now, what used to be Matic. Why did that go up 14% today? Anybody know? Polygon? Matic? What? Atom was up. I know Pump.fun has got some new thing going on. They're kind of changing some of the rules to give creators more money somehow. So that got the Pump token going up a little bit. The Graph had a good day. Stacks, Render. So those were up today. The down ones, Midnight. Isn't that CZ's? Wasn't he behind Night? And now it's just Toncoin, World Liberty, like everything the Trump family touches. Canton, Mantle, Zcash. We looked at that. Mix, Hyperliquid, Sky, Lighter, Tau. Like, I'm not in any of those. So that's what's going on in the market. Not much. Again, we're just going to pause. Liquidity swept, and volumes ticking down. Volume ticking down. And we're going to see whether we follow the rest of our handle here. At least we have a good time. It worked. Rhyme time. Oh, so good. The Dino token. Yeah, but it's called PAL now, not Matic. I hope you're not still holding any Matic tokens. It should have converted to PAL. But if you didn't have an automatic conversion on wherever you were holding it, you might be stuck. I don't know how that works. What's up, dog? Yeah, I know. Check it out, Ryan. Got the market cap. A late life non-crisis. DB in the house. How are you? Yeah, not late. I'm going to be around for a while. Nick. Even if we don't run alts now, it's best time to buy. As I say, we look for those dips, right? We look for the dips. It's that kind of market. I just have a feeling it's that kind of market. And people are going to be all disillusioned except for the perma bulls who are just going to keep posting their charts saying everything is going to the moon when it's not. Yeah, Paul is up. Paul. I have a little bit of that. I tried out the Robinhood wallet. God, it was a couple of years ago when that thing came out. And so I bought Matic. $500 worth of Matic on Robinhood. And I transferred it over to the wallet. And that $500 is now worth $71. It's worth $71. That's sad. Sad. Just nonstop down. Very sad. I must have bought it at the high. I don't remember. I'd have to go back to the other Robinhood. I'd have to go back to the Robinhood app and see what I ended up buying it for. But yeah, ouch, oof. But they were saying that when they initially launched the Robinhood wallet, everything was on Polygon. And so I just bought the Matic tokens and checked out the wallet. The wallet's not bad. It's not a bad little wallet. But Hey, who knows? The 27 election will get everyone chasing down the rabbit hole again. So there's going to be a 26 midterm, right? And then there's going to be a 2028 presidential election. I don't know what's going on in 2027. I think that's in between. We're going to have 2026 midterm in November, and then 2028 will be the presidential election. Could be Vance against Newsom. Who knows, right? 2028. They got to go through, especially the Democratic side, they got to go through their whole primaries. Be interesting to see, is Kamala Harris going to run again? Is AOC going to throw her hat in the ring? Like, who else might come out of the woodwork and want to run for president on the Democrat side? There's talk about Rubio, but I think Marco pretty much said that let Vance run. Maybe Rubio would be VP. That'd be a good move. What chance you think we can get to 4 cents? Yeah, that 4 cent, that would be lower than the 2022 bear market. So I don't see that. I don't see it dropping that bad. My target was 9.5. The fib retracement got to 6.5 when we did the fib lines. If you follow fib lines, 6.5. That's about where I would be, like, pretty much buying everything at 6.5. If it goes down that low. I feel like the ones that don't want to hear the truth are the ones that go chase the new shiny coin and get burnt. Yep. That's it. Hey, it's a tough business on my side, right? I'm used to it. I mean, I was here in 2022, 2023, right? But not much was happening. I was here. I got through it. Made a lot of money. I plan on doing that again. I'm planning on doing that again. Now is not the time to make a lot of money. I'm sorry. I can't be one of these guys who's just going to be talking about, like, this 94x, alt season run. It's not happening. It's not 2026. I mean, that's just, sorry, it's not happening. It's just not. I can't do it. But yet these guys get a ton of views for posting this crap on crypto. They get on Twitter, they get paid for it. And they don't care, right? But I throw my 2 cents in every once in a while and call them out on it because it's just ridiculous. But yeah. Ryan, gonna run for president. Wow. El Presidente. Yes. El Presidente. I wonder if Ted Cruz would run again. Plan on making money? Let's do it. Well, let's do it. Let's make money together. Hey, I just, at the end of 2022, I told everybody my videos and my live streams what I was doing. I didn't tell everyone I sold my house at that time because because there's a risk there, right? And I didn't want people doing that because I did it. But I did say I was buying a crap ton of crypto. I just didn't say where the money came from. But that ended up being where it came from. So, but yeah, was buying crypto and ended up making a million, what? I guess after taxes now, just about $2 million net profit. Now I know what my taxes are. It'll be just about $2 million net profit in a little over 2 years. I want to do that again. I want to do that again. Aussie, how are you? Doge taking a nap. Yep. Doge is on pause. I will change the Gulf of America to the Gulf of Rhine. The Gulf of Rhine. See, Charles, look at that, right? He comes on a crypto channel, but what is he doing? He's putting his money in stocks. As I said earlier in the live stream, that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening, is this. We've got the S&P 500 almost to 7,000, hitting all-time highs, and Crypto Rover is saying Bitcoin's going to catch up. It'll be huge. And I'm like, nope, it's not. That's where the money is. And Charles is another one that's just like, yep, money's going into stocks. This is early 2026, bear market. If you followed the 4-year cycles, Bitcoin's going lower. Alts are going to go lower. That is what it is. Did you watch the game there, Dreamwhip? That was good. The U. I went to the University of Miami. I'm very happy. I have a Bachelor of Architecture degree from the University of Miami. So very excited about the football game. Next week, national championship game will be against Indiana or Oregon. Either way, going to be good. Tonight's game should be good. The other semifinal. It should be a good game tonight. Joshua, you're welcome. I just can't do that for the views and the clicks and have that stupid O face and say Dogecoin to the moon every day. I just can't do that. I can't. It's not in me. So I'd rather have a smaller group of people who understand what's going on and we all try and make money together than to have thousands of people who just don't have a clue. And they'll just sell Dogecoin on a moment's notice to chase some stupid crap token. And then they're going to get burnt because they don't understand and they don't get it. Yeah. And then you're going to demand the Commanders go back to being, no, the Redskins, Ryan. Go back to the Redskins. Joanna, really? You're done playing stocks? So you're selling stocks at the high, the all-time high, and rotating into crypto. Wow. You buying XRP like somebody I know? I don't want to create any. I don't want anything to happen there in Hawaii. I don't want anything to happen, but XRP. Need to start an investment fund called the Rhinestone, the Rhinecoin, the Rhinecoin Cowboy. I don't think I need my own personal Gulf, but I might want it. Oh. I don't have that kind of money, but I will be saving my money, see what I can make. There you go. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate it. I know, Kronos, right? Got the market cap on. It's taking years off my life. I know, and Tesla's up again. Yeah. Tesla's great stock. Unfortunately, I sold mine last January, but I made a lot of money on that. I took profits. I have to pay taxes on that too. XRP and Doge. Well, there you go. Happy New Year, Joe. Mego, $1.23. Yeah, I sold at $1.18. I would wish it to drop down to at least lower than that. It did hit 116 right before the new year. So maybe it'll do that again. Because I want to buy back in. I had 3,000 shares of Megal. I want to get that back. Oh, these two teams already played each other earlier? I don't follow them. 30-20. Crypto has more action than stocks. That's true. There are some stocks every now and then, but most stocks are like slow and steady. That's how the S&P 500 has been. Slow and steady. But you can't complain about that. It's just kind of boring. But if you're making money, it's all right. So I've got my 401k. My whole 401k retirement plan is all in the Vanguard 500 and the Russell 2000. So I can afford to have the other part of my investments all crypto with the occasional stock swing trading or something just for the fun of it. Because I know I have that big nest egg that just keeps getting bigger and bigger every day. All-time highs, S&P 500. And my employer keeps matching my contributions twice a month. And I'm like, okay. And it just keeps going in. I don't touch it. And I've made a lot of money there too. And that's all for retirement. I would love to be able to do another 2 million, but I'm probably not going to have as much funds to put in to start with. So, I mean, it would have to be an insane kind of alt season, you know, like that. Let's say in 2027, 2028, right? Have something crazy like that. Because I won't have as much. And is it even going to round trip back? Are we eventually going to have that? Or do I just like to just do Bitcoin and Doge, and instead of 2 million, maybe just 1 million? Just, right? And that'd be all right. That'd be all right. If 2025 had done this, then it wouldn't have been just 2 million I made. It would have been like 4 or 5 if we had this, and it just didn't happen. We had that run here in 2024 at the end, and then it just fell back because of the stupid Trump tariffs and Trump coin and all that mess. Because this was supposed to be the start of the big bull run right there, and it didn't happen, unfortunately. I'll probably do a swing trade when X money comes out, just like I did when Elon bought Twitter. Yep. That's what I would expect too. We would get a pump on Dogecoin and you swing trade it, because I believe we're in a bear market, and Doge will come back down most of that gain from that pump. I'm guessing, regions, that Doge won't start to trend up again until after September. I think it's going to be a lackluster summer, and we're going to see some lower prices. And that's when I will be buying. That's my plan. I don't know if that's actually going to work. I'm risking, obviously, what Josh just talked about in terms of X money and having a pump. Like if X money launches and Doge pumps before the summer, I'll miss out on a lot of that. I mean, I still have 400,000 Doge, but I won't have like 1 million Doge, which is my goal, is to get back over 1 million. So I'm taking that risk. But bear market is bear market. The market makers need to chill. That's how they make their money, is liquidating. So they will continue to do it, unfortunately. Your faith in stocks is very bearish. Wow. You think the stock market is coming into a crash pretty soon? We had a big pullback in the stocks back in April. Well, March to April, right? We can look at that. S&P 500. Look at that. 69.85, all-time high right there. All-time high, 69.85. Almost 7,000. Wow. But if we zoom out and look at this, since April, it has just been up, up, up. But there was this pullback that happened right there. I would be looking for some of those. That's what you think will happen too, right, Joanna? Big pullback there. That was 20%. 20%, and it happened over about a month. That was like a month of time. We had that pullback in stocks. So if that happened now, and we had a 20% pullback from here over a month, that means by 32 bars, 20%. About 5,600. Yeah, that's what it would look like. But this was Trump tariffs. That's what the fear was with all of this. And that's why I sold a bunch of crypto. I sold it back here. It was like right in this area, beginning of February. So before the big drop. Although we're looking at stocks, I mean, crypto did pretty much a similar thing there. We had Jasmine going on a nice run here. And then it's pulling back, but it got back in its purple box for a little bit. Jasmine. And Pepe, of course, had the big run up and it's just dropping. So we got a lot of that going on. They should make it that if you long hold, like for 6 years, you pay nothing in taxes. Oh, they want their taxes. They want their money. If you could have a free $1,000 a month contributed to either Bitcoin or Doge, which would you choose for 2026? It would be Doge, because Doge drops in the red. On the red candles, Doge drops further than Bitcoin. And so I would want to be getting cheaper Doge. I would pick Doge. All right. One can only dream to pay nothing in taxes, but I know Ryan is going to be knocking at my door and saying, "Pay up, son." El Presidente Ryan. Oh, how did Ryan? How did he move up in the political world? IRS. IRS. You've been day trading Tesla. Well, Tesla went up today. What does Fibonacci mean? I don't know. Ask Rock. Fibonacci. Fibonacci. Searching the web. There was a person, Leonardo of Pisa, and there's a sequence named after him, the Fibonacci sequence. That is the number pattern where each number is the sum of the two before. And the sequence creates the famous golden spiral, nested golden rectangles. The ratio between consecutive Fibonacci numbers gets closer and closer to the golden ratio of 1.618. 1.618. How does this translate to predicting crypto market price moves? Because that's what you want to know, right, Matt? That's what you want to know. Let's see what Grok says. Fibonacci. The Fibonacci sequence translates to predicting crypto market price moves through their technical analysis tools like fib retracements and extensions. These are based on the ratios derived from the sequence, which traders believe reflect natural patterns in market psychology and price behavior. Interesting. So there it is. Fibonacci's. It's all from the golden rectangle. The golden rectangle. But of course, prediction isn't guaranteed, right? As always. Prediction is not guaranteed. Lurking. Accumulating as much money as I can. When Doge finally goes back down before a big run, I can buy as much Doge and Pepe as possible. Going to Subway today. Yeah, I gave up on Subway. I do Jersey Mike's now. They're actually pretty close to each other from here. I can walk over. A little bit of a walk. Jersey Mike's. Hey, Chucky. Chucky. All right. You a math guy? Are you a math guy? Just arrived. You weren't lurking, but not staying. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know you probably got more important things to do than hang out here, but thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. But yeah, you guys enjoy your sandwiches. I would get the hot sandwiches over the cold deli meats. My personal choice when I do go to Subway. Have we heard anything about X money? Nope. Nope. Nada. What happened to Quiznos, right? What happened to Quiznos? I don't know. I don't see any of them around anymore. The Quiznos sandwiches were good too. I thought they were pretty good. Quiznos. I remember that. Dogecoin taking a pause. Exactly. It's a pause. For those that weren't here earlier, it actually was in this article here. It was in this article, which we read earlier in the stream. But Dogecoin's price action seems to be taking a pause right there. So I stole that and made it my title. But we had many other references to pauses as well, including one from our friend, Crypto Rover. Right here, consolidating. He did actually do a consolidating post, which wasn't a permabull post. But then he messed it up, and then he did a permabull post. Once Bitcoin catches up, it will be huge. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not happening. Sorry, Rover. Not happening. Not happening. When X Money launches, how high Dogecoin goes. 2 answers, Gene. And welcome. How you doing? 2 answers to that question. 1, is Dogecoin part of X Money or not? If Dogecoin is not part of X Money, 20 cents. If Doge Money is part of X Money, 30 cents. So we would see a doubling in the price of Doge plus some. That is how high Doge can go, in my opinion. Quiznos was great. They still have a few locations. Yeah, we used to have them in Boston, and they went away. They were good. Their hot sandwiches were really good. You bought Dogecoin and Ondo. Ondo. I haven't looked at Ondo in a while. Got it on the dip here below 40 cents. That might be a pretty good price. Let's see, it ended the year at about 35. So 39 isn't bad after this big pullback. That's not bad for where we are now. Yeah, and here right before October 10th, it was up here at 88 cents. So yeah, double your money. 40 to 80, double your money. Ondo. I've never bought Ondo. I've never bought it. Maybe this summer I might look at it as an option. Maybe this summer. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, right at 40. Firehouse subs. We don't have one of those here, Javier. I do not know what Firehouse subs is. Theft. Dogecoin is procrastinating. It's taking a pause. Patience. It's got to retest the breakout before we see big players. It does. And it's just not happening, unfortunately, until we got to have something. We got to have something big to get out of this malaise, consolidation, taking a pause. Quiznos had a talking taco commercial? I don't remember that. Huh. Quiznos talking taco. I got to see this. Oh, man.
Scott, I want you to do something.
Not doing that again. I burned.
We both enjoyed that. Now I want you to introduce my greatest creation, the new Toasty Torpedo.
The new Toasty Torpedo?
Yes, Scott. You make one.
Me?
Put it in me, Scott. It's over a foot of Quiznos flavor on Slim Sleek ciabatta for only $4. Say it, Scott.
Only $4?
Say it sexy.
Only $4?
Sexier.
Only $4.
Quiznos. Toasty.
That's the Toasty Torpedo. So where's the taco? Where's the taco? Quiznos toaster. Yeah, I don't see the taco one. That is funny. You would sing songs, really? Is Quiznos coming back? Yes, Quiznos is making a comeback. New locations opening. a focus on franchising, menu updates, and the return of their famous sponge monkeys. The sponge monkeys. The brand is strategically expanding through partnerships such as with pump and pantry convenience stores. Yeah, we don't have any of those up here. Modernizing designs. Huh. Quiznos coming back. The important stuff that you have to know. My daughter and I went to Denny's this morning, got the Super Slam. Yeah, we don't have Denny's up here. We don't have Denny's up here. Ah, that's funny. Back when ads were funny and prices were low. Now what do we got? Got all this AI slop going on. John, how are you? What's up, dude? You like my market cap? My market cap. It was like WTF. Yeah. Yeah, didn't see that video quickly. We do have Jersey Mike's. Yes, very good. That's what we've been eating when we go out for a sandwich. It's Jersey Mike's, not too far from here. Look for the sponge monkeys. Sponge monkeys. Sponge monkeys. All right. You guys want it? Here we go. Oh, wait. Volume. There's no volume. Let's start that again. That one's got no volume. No volume. Archived post. Will they play it? They must be copying the same one. I got no volume. No, we're not doing that. Sorry, can't get it. We're going to take a pass on that one now. Jersey Mike's is great. Quiznos had the best toasted sandwiches. Agreed. Agreed. That's him, Kriss. Guess my memory was just wrong thinking it was a taco. It's a sponge monkey. You've got some Ando too there, Will? You racially profiled him. One Elon tweet could change everything. Yeah, it could. The sponge monkeys. Yeah, I don't know what happened to volume on my playbacks here. Oh, found it. We got it. I found one that works. Ready for this? Are we ready? This is so bad.
Quiznos. Toasty.
Maybe that's why they almost went out of business. That was so bad. That was bad. Oh. I like the talking oven much better than that thing, whatever that was. That's a weird thing. Yes. So weird. Oh. Will Lux has some Ondo too. I may get some Ondo. I may get some. Oh my God, my ears. Please play All Eyes on Doge. Oh, this is so good. I know. Bad. Early 2000s, random times. It's like puppy, monkey, just weird though with the eyes and the, oh God, so bad it was good. If I get a copyright claim for that, then we got problems. We got problems. It's so horrible, it's funny. No, people. No. This is what we should be listening to. Thank you, Goose.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
There you go. All right, Goose. I got that other song out of your brain. Now you got this one. Now you got this one. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Down the hallway and back. I miss the New York weather girl, Monica. She'd always be dancing. They're having fun down in Florida. It's cold, windy, messy, yucky up here in Boston. And she's down in Florida, hanging out on the beach. TV. I mean, I just realized I have a weird sense of humor. That Quiznos song. That's just bad. That's just bad. Yeah, Nick will come up with something cringier for the next. Oh. Battle of the Bands. Yeah, All Eyes on Doge wins every time. Did you hear about how there was a California bill that passed on the state claiming crypto on accounts that haven't realized any gains for 3 years? California. SB 822 bill. Crypto, no realized gains in 3 years. Explain. Oh, what does our friend Grok come up with? California. Yes, SB 822, signed into law by Governor Newsom in October 2025 and is effective January 1st, 2026. Updates the state's unclaimed property law to explicitly include digital financial assets like crypto. The bill does not introduce any new tax on unrealized gains. Trigger for unclaimed status. If an account shows no activity, no logins, trades, deposits, withdrawals, or other signs of owner interest for 3 years and the exchange fails to contact the owner despite required notifications, send 6 to 12 months in advance, the crypto can be classified as unclaimed property. So that means if you're holding it on an exchange, don't do that. Don't hold your crypto on an exchange and leave it there. Another reason. Because then what can they do, right? They can sell it. Requires the exchange to transfer the crypto in its original form to a state-appointed licensed custodian. Oh. Custodial accounts on platforms, exchanges like Coinbase, where the owner has a California-linked address. Self-custodied wallets, where you control the private keys, are not affected. No risk of state involvement. It provides clarity for exchanges, prevents premature liquidation that could hurt owners due to crypto volatility, helps reunite truly abandoned assets with owners. No, it makes the state rich. That's what it does. A state licensed custodian gets it. Wow. Really weird. Yeah, if you live in California, Nick, you're not just holding stuff on exchanges and not doing anything, right? That's crazy. I wonder if, Grok Imagine can still only do like, they can't do that long yet. I guess if you do the paid version, maybe you can make a longer video now. But yeah. Does Kriss not remember Puppy Monkey Baby? No, Kriss does not. The Super Bowl commercial. Puppy Monkey Baby. I don't remember that. Was that right around that same time frame? 2000, 2002, somewhere in there? I don't think I was watching a lot of TV back then. Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't. Early internet culture, very unfiltered and weird, yes. Google says that there's a Denny's in Attleboro. Huh. It's a little far from here. It's a drive, but just the state wanting dead people's assets. Yep, you got to log into crypto.com once every 3 years. Maybe your peak will go up after getting confiscated. God. No. See, it's legal. I know. That's weird. Oh, that's weird. Oh. All right, gang, that's what we got. Pretty slow today on the old Dogecoin front. Dogecoin taking a pause. Here we are, just over 14 cents. We'll be watching it through the weekend. I'll be back on Monday. No live streams until then. I probably have a video come out tomorrow, but that'll be it for the weekend. So go Patriots for Sunday night. Go Patriots. Everybody's talking food now, so get your food fixes. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't
of this.
Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.